About Emily's release here.
Yeah, so Emily G is releasing I think it's still TBD, but let's just call it. I think I saw a tweet of hers that said roughly 100 pieces is what the algorithm's been fine-tuned towards. But as part of the partnership with Lady Cactoid and Cactoid Labs, there's going to be a mint for a smaller generative art piece with Emily G. So you can see the output on screen. It definitely has kind of that throwback to patterning and different like patchwork type pieces from the Project of Memories of Qilin that we all love. And it's definitely it has the vein of similarities, but yet still it's uniquely its own project. I think it definitely looks as like a maturation of her style, from off script and memories. But overall, I'm anxious to see what this is. It's cool to see kind of your point earlier about like artists. The philosophy could be that artists prevail over platforms, and just the connection with LACMA, the integration to LACMA, and the advocacy that they're trying to do to boost for the digital art space is very encouraging. So I think that there will be an allow list for this, but then it will go public mint. So anybody on the lookout for it, if you are interested in this piece at all, um, monitor the Twitter and the official releases very, very closely, because my guess is it goes pretty quickly once it goes to a public mint.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And if I recall, Jared, when we did the Twitter Spaces with LACMA talking about this, oh, you know what? Never mind. I think that was more about the edition she released there. But all of the releases there have some connection with art that's over there at the LA County Museum of Art. So I'm sure it'll be a really interesting and thoughtful story around the art as well. And another part of that release, really, there's a string of releases they're doing, is one coming out from Death Beef. We don't have all of the details yet. Death Beef said yesterday the details are coming today. So we'll find out more. We are, talking to them about perhaps doing a Twitter Spaces. Hopefully, we can get the scheduling ironed out. So, not sure how much we can say, but this is a really, really cool project, and I'm going to talk about Deaf Beef in a second. But in classic Deaf Beef status, that's not the right word, fashion, it's extremely, extremely well thought out, audio, visual, like everything that Deaf Beef does. So, super cool. Keep an eye out for this. We'll probably retweet when we get a little bit more details on it, or the okay to share some details. But we're really excited for this one as well.
Yeah, I
That
would say to butt in here is just to say, hey, keep a pulse on this. Because we are privy to some stuff in advance. Just super, super cool progression of Deaf Beef. Again, uh, this
Actually,
is going to
Jared,
be a really cool project.
I spoke too soon. 10 minutes ago, Def Beef tweeted, "Check this out. It's complicated, but there are two collections that are releasing: Numenon and Chrono Photograph." What is a chrono photograph? It is a series of pictures that depict motion. That's before we had motion cameras. And Def Beef is doing a tip of the hat to that, creating something called a Numenon, which can then create snapshots to have these series of pictures called chrono photographs. And so, check out the Twitter. We'll link to this thread that talks about, how this works. So again, we don't want to say something we're not supposed to say, but really, really cool art, and really cool concept. And again, like, well, let's just transition into artists to
Well,
highlight. Oh, sorry,
correct
go
me if
ahead.
I'm wrong, but the Numenons are all spoken for. It's really the chronographs or chronophotographs that are going to be able to be collected as NFTs. Is that
That is my understanding. That is my understanding as well. But we'll let them. Oh, yep, 16 Numenons. So the 16 Numenons are have already sold via private sale. Okay, so that is public knowledge there. But the chronophotographs, which are the snapshots of these Numenons, will also be sold as NFTs. And it's kind of got like a long tail of stuff that happens with those. So maybe you go check out the spaces to hear more about that, and how exactly it works. Oh, here we go. The collection size is infinite. So it's a mind bender. We won't have enough time to get into it now, but yeah, keep an eye out for that. And